This is a CBS News special report. I'm Scott Pelley with new developments on today's terror attack in London. Good day. At least 3 people have been killed and 20 others hurt in the attack just outside the British Parliament. Officials say the dead include a police officer who was stabbed. The unidentified attacker was also killed by the police. Police believe there was only one attacker, but the investigation is continuing, and Scotland Yard briefed reporters a short time ago.
As you know, we've declared this as a terrorist incident, and the Counter-Terrorism Command are carrying out a full-scale investigation into the events today. The attack started when a car was driven over Westminster Bridge, hitting and injuring a number of members of the public, also including 3 police officers on their way back from a commendation ceremony. The car then crashed near to Parliament, and at least one man, armed with the knife, continued the attack and tried to enter Parliament. Sadly, I can confirm that now 4 people have died. That includes the police officer who was protecting Parliament, and one man we believe to be the attacker who was shot by a police firearms officer. The officer's family have been made aware. At least 20 people have been injured.
And to be clear, 3 innocent victims were killed. The gunman was killed by police, and that's why we have a total of 4 dead. CBS News correspondent Jonathan Vigliani is on the scene. Jonathan, what's the latest?
Scott, this photo is reported to be of the attacker seen there receiving treatment just outside Parliament. As you heard from Metropolitan Police, he was later reported to be dead. We are here just a short distance away from Parliament, a few blocks where you can see the flashing lights continuing. This area is still on lockdown. Police here as they continue to work out how this all unfolded. Earlier, we saw a steady stream of children being escorted out. We're being told they were actually inside Parliament at the time and were forced into that lockdown. They are now out. This all began on Westminster Bridge in the shadow of Big Ben. According to police, the suspect used his vehicle to plow onto the sidewalk of that bridge, injuring several people that were there. In fact, one woman was found lifeless in the water. That person then took his vehicle and smashed through the gate of Parliament, where we're told by police he got out and stabbed that police officer before 2 other officers shot him. Parliament was in session at the time. Hundreds of people were inside and forced in that lockdown, including Prime Minister Theresa May, who was seen in video a short time after safely being escorted out. Again, at this point, the exact identity of this suspect, his exact motive, still remains unclear. Police at this point do believe that he acted alone. Scott.
Jonathan Vigliani there at the scene on the banks of the River Thames. President Trump condemned the attack in London. He said the White House has talked to Prime Minister Theresa May, who Jonathan just told us was evacuated from the Parliament building during the attack. Here in New York, the police have tightened security at British diplomatic posts and at other locations. To repeat now, at least 3 innocent victims were killed, plus the gunman, and 20 wounded in the terror attack in London. The attacker, as we said, was killed by the police. There will be much more on this developing story on your local news on this CBS station. As always, on our 24-hour streaming news service, CBSN, and of course right here tonight on the CBS Evening News. Until then, I'm Scott Pelley, CBS News in New York.